Welcome. Welcome everybody to today's matchup here on Sports Network. We are at the main soccer field in Bakersfield, California, where today's contest will be a WAC conference, where we have the UT Rio Grande Valley Vaqueros against the CSUB Roadrunners. Tonight's contest hosts both teams that are coming off a loss and looking to get back on the win column as they are getting close to ending their season. Upcoming is the WAC tournament in November first week, and this year's WAC tournament will be in Kansas City. So going for the runners, we're going to go off starting lineups for tonight. We have in goal, Jen Padilla, sophomore goalkeeper from Elk Grove, California. We have junior defensive player Morgan Cole, number 5 from Fort Wayne, Indianapolis. Freshman Sophie Freeman, number 6, will be also back there in defense from Bakersfield, California. Maya Green from Koliping, Sweden, number 7. We have number 8, Jordan Bartel, redshirt freshman, forward from Bellingham, Washington. Number 15, Kanika Webster, freshman from Boise, Idaho. Number 17, Amina Settles, forward from Tucson, Arizona. We have number 18, Sabrina Delgado, sophomore from Hacienda Heights, California. Number 22, Anessa Sasavervich, freshman from Las Vegas, Nevada. And Alexa Orante, forward from Chino Hills, California. And following out the starters for the Roadrunners is number 26, Haley Vicente, sophomore from Las Vegas, Nevada. Going to your Vaquero starting lineups, we have Maria Erickson in goal. We have Maya Irvine, defensive player. We have Hannah Spetz. Number 11, Elisa Espino. Number 12, Mackenzie McLeod. Number 14, Sara Bonney. Number 15, Marcela Ramirez. And number 16, Tuva Rolstad Nilsson. And for goal for them, we have Kinga Schmitz. And their head coach for the Vaqueros in her 3rd season is Glad Bugari. So today's contest starts off here as it looks like the runners changed up their uniforms that we're used to seeing. They're rocking the yellow shorts and yellow socks, which I personally really like. So we'll see if that can bring them some luck, kind of turn around their mid-season form as they're looking to get back in the win column for their contest. The Rio Grande Valley holds a record of 9-5-1, and they are 1-3-0 in the WAC so far this season, as we see some great defensive pressure here from freshman Sophie Freeman, who's been an outstanding for Coach Cernina in his style of play. We saw Jordan Bartel coming in hot here as the ball goes out. It's going to be a throw in here for the Vaqueros. So for the runners, they have a total record of 6-9-1. They are 2-2-0 in the WAC conference. This is the 17th match here as we play in main soccer field in Bakersfield, California. Great weather, light wind, warm sun. So far here in the WAC standings, we have Seattle University, which was the preseason pick to finish number 1 in the conference at 4-0. They have 4-0-0. They have 12 points. We have followed next is UMKC at 2-0-2 with 8 points. GCU is 2-1-1, but they are not eligible this year for the WAC tournament. Until 2017, they'll get their chance to participate in the WAC tournament. In the 4th spot, we have the Roadrunners of CSUB at 2-2-0 with 6 points. Followed by them is NMSU at 1-1-2 with 5 points. UVU 1-2-1 with 4 points. Also, we have UTRGV in the 7th spot with 3 points. And last but not least, we have Chicago State at 0-4-0. So these runners have had a couple of good matches, and they've been close. We're going to start off here in the beginning of October. So they went to Utah Valley. They won 1-0. Then they lost a heartbreaker 2 days later home against Seattle University in overtime, losing 3-2. Then they went on to win against Chicago State 6-0, following a loss 2 days later to UMKC at 3-0. And tonight's matchup will host a couple of the next 3 home games here for these Roadrunners, as they'll be able to avoid any travel and play, as we have a press here from one of the Vaquero players. She passes it back, and the forward takes a nice shot on goal. Good stop by goalkeeper Jen Padilla, wearing the red jersey tonight for today's matchup. She elects to go out wide to Maya Green, playing in a more right back position. Usually you see her in a center defensive mid, as she gives a nice pass to Amina Settles, number 17. She fights off 2 defenders on the right wing. So Amina Settles is going to try to fight for a corner, and she gets it. So first corner tonight for the CSUB Roadrunners. So as these runners take their goal kick, we'll see how they stack up in the box. They're going to keep 3 defenders back here. Jen Padilla is going to come just barely outside of her goal post, as it looks like they look to get their bigger players inside. And it looks like the ball is right by Amina Settles, but headed out and headed around still inside the box, as these Vaqueros and the runners are trying to clear the ball. Nice shot on goal, though, from Sabrina Delgado, number 18. As we have a couple of Vaquero players getting looked at here by the ref, as the ball was getting pushed around, as a lot of them were in there. And she's okay as she shakes it off and gets back on the field. So good to see that we have no injuries for so far in the game.
Hey, let's win it! Let's win it!
So nice clearance from the goalkeeper, as it goes to number 12 for the Vaqueros, Mackenzie McLeod, redshirt freshman from Vancouver, Canada. And she has some wheels on her. I saw her run earlier, and she is no joke when it comes to running. Another ball deflected into the hands of Jen Padilla. She pushes her team up. She goes out wide to her left back, and that's going to be number 22, Anessa Sasarovich. Great ball as it goes streaking past Jordan Bartel off the head of number 19 for the Vaqueros, Evelyn Powell. Sabrina Delgado with the ball in the middle. She goes right back to Anessa, who fights off a defender. Sabrina Delgado again looks to switch the field. As she does that, goes to a standout defensive player, Carolina Karnsund from Sweden. Ball goes all the way back to goalkeeper Jen Padilla here, as she looks to get an open Roadrunner. As it goes off a defender's back here, she was playing close to Jen Padilla. And they go with a nice through pass here, as the shot sips past Jen Padilla and goes to the right of the goalpost here. The Vaqueros have been putting on great pressure so far in this matchup, and we're just 5 minutes in. So look for the runner defense to try to set up a little bit better, get more in control, as Jen Padilla elects to go to Carolina Karnsund. Great clearance here from the Vaqueros, as it goes off the head and out of bounds unless Anessa can catch up, and it does. So it'll be a throw-in. Vaqueros as they look for the throw-in here. And it's been all Vaqueros so far in this first half, as they've been leading on shots on goal, shots, and just overall pressure. We've seen one corner kick from the runners off a through pass. Other than that, it's been all Vaqueros, as we see a beautiful pass here from number 25. Great clearance from the runners here, as it still stays in possession, though, the Vaqueros, and a shot on goal in the hands again of Jen Padilla. So as Jen Padilla clears out her team, she elects to go to another role to Carolina, as she goes to Haley Vicente in the midfield, who is fast and has wheels and knows what to do with the ball as it goes off the back here of Sabrina Delgado. She wasn't waiting for that. Jordan Bartel with the ball. She goes back to Sophie Freeman. Sophie Freeman goes out wide as a pass from Sabrina Delgado goes, and she's met quickly by a defender who puts the ball out. And that was number 7, Myla Irvine. Forward 5'11" sophomore from Vancouver, Canada. So I'm going to give you guys a quick breakdown here of the Vaqueros as they've had. So leading them for points is freshman Sarah Bani from Winnipeg, Ghana. She has 24 points for her team. Following next, by Andrea Barrera from El Paso, Texas. Also by the third leading point scorer for this Vaquero team is Elisa Espino from Mexicali, Mexico. As we see here, another throw in here for a little push from the back from number 6 from the Vaqueros, and that'll be Frida Farstad Erickson.
Let's go, Carolina. Put it right in. Sabrina, go on in, Sabrina.
So it looks like Carolina, who usually takes most of the free kicks for this runner team, looks like she'll be taking the kick for today. So first free kick here for the runners. We'll see what she's able to do as she's in front of the Vaquero. Hand is up. Ball is nicely kicked in, a little bit short. Beautifully headed out, though, by the Vaquero defender. So it looks like Anessa's going to take the throw in as Carolina falls back into defense. As she's also with Morgan Cole and Maya Green on the right side.
Well done. Well done. Go on.
Amina Settles elects to go back to Anessa so she can get her throw in.
Half and half, Maya, if we can push on.
As the ball goes through the defender of number 19, ball's up in the air. And that's one thing Coach Cornine has stressed to me this season and interviews that I've had with him, is he wants the team,
Play it! Step, Sophie!
as he wants the team to win the balls in the air. He says it starts with winning the balls in the air. That really gets the momentum going. If it's off a goal kick, a free kick, anything, there's a lot more possibilities that can happen once you win the ball early. As we see great defense by number 23, Alexa Orante. Haley Vicente with the ball in the midfield as she elects to go back, switches the field. As Morgan Cole battles against her defender. A little bit of confusion here. Great through ball from Frida here as Carolina quickly cuts that ball off from her. So it's going to be a throw in here for the Vaqueros. Nice pass back here. As number 25 dribbles through, and that's Andrea Barrera from El Paso, Texas. Ball deflects right in front of Coach Cornine here. And it'll be a throw in here for the Vaquero team. Nice deep thrown off the head of the Vaqueros. And Sophie Freeman cuts that ball off and heads it out. So it'll be another throw-in. So as we elect to go with the throw-ins, the runner team, as I said, they have a string of home games. So in 2 days, they will play against New Mexico State, and that will be another WAC conference game. Followed by, they're going to finish out this season with Grand Canyon here at home. And that'll be a 7 p.m. game on October 29th, Saturday. Great pressure here from the runners team. As Jordan Bartel came in a little bit too fast here as she knocked down number 16, Tuva Rostad Nilsson from Norway. So as the Vaqueros elect to use this free kick and not go short, see where they put it in. They like to go right to the right side to number 7 of Mila Irvine. As Irvine dribbles past it, she's met quickly by Anessa, number 22, on the right side. And it'll be another goal kick here for Jen Padilla. We want to thank all of you guys who are streaming today's game. If you aren't able to be with us here in Bakersfield, California, we thank you for supporting your athletes, fellow friends, family members, loved ones, as I'm sure they appreciate it as well. As some great play from Frida here, and Alexa takes that ball, she dribbles up, passes it out far to her wing. And that's number 14 chasing the ball, Sarah Bonney, who is the leading point scorer for this Vaquero team. As the runners finally are able to clear out of the box, and it's quickly met by Sophie Freeman as she dribbles right past her defender. Now as one of the defenders, unfortunately loses her balance and falls on the floor. As the ball goes to Amina Settles, she takes close to taking a shot here. As a great save by the goalkeeper from the Vaqueros. Beautiful play as she went running out of her goal, and that was Kinga Sismik as she came out running. And she's a freshman here from Poland. So great recruiting class from the Vaqueros. As I was looking at their geographical breakdown, they have 9 players from Texas, 3 from Sweden, 2 from Ghana, 2 from Canada, 1 from California, 1 from Florida, 1 from Maryland, 1 from Mexico, 1 from Norway, 1 from Poland, and 1 from Washington. As Morgan Cole tries to clear that ball out, and it goes off the hip of Alexa, number 25, as Haley Vicente quickly finds Anessa as she gets the ball deflected off. As number 10 ends up with the ball for the Vaqueros, and that's Hannah Spetz. Jen Padilla comes rushing out of goal, and she goes diving on top of the ball. So Maya Green dribbles the ball up on the right side of the field. Great defensive stop, though, by the Vaquero defender as she dribbles it all the way past the midfield. Jen Padilla comes running outside of her goal again, and she's going to elect to throw it in far right to Maya Green. Ball is trying to shot forward, but it was quickly stopped here, as the Vaqueros have been looking really good today on their counterattack. As another far shot, she goes up top. Great shot on goal as Jen Padilla has to stretch up high and stop that ball with her hands. So the runners need to put a little bit more pressure when they see some of these Vaqueros with open fields, because they're giving them plenty of time to dribble, pass, make their cuts. The runners look a little lax here for energy. They don't look as... They need to get some energy going on this side as we hear their sideline trying to cheer on as Morgan Cole clears that ball beautifully. Goes off the head, though, of number 16, Tuva Rosted Nilsson. So great clearance by Nilsson here as the Vaqueros are having their way in the midfield. It's definitely a 70-30 possession, I would say, as they've maintained most of the possession for this game, and they've switched the field beautifully. They've passed well. They've had plenty of time to dribble. I've seen no problem so far with them as they look to try to avenge their loss that they had early in the last. So for the Vaqueros, they're coming off 2 losses to Utah Valley and to Seattle University, as they lost to Seattle U 2-0, and they lost in overtime to Utah Valley 1-0. They had just beaten Chicago State 5-1. As they started off their WAC season with the loss, they were able to avenge it with Chicago State, and now they have 2 losses. So they're looking to try to fix some of those numbers here in the loss margin, try to get some W's in. As a great clearance from the header by Carolina, number 2 from Sweden. Maya Green ends up with the ball. She passes it up quickly to Jordan Bartel, and the ball is quickly met by the foot of the Vaquero player. So Captain Maya Green here passes it up forward. Ends up in the feet with Sabrina Delgado. She passes it back smartly to Alexa Orante, as Alexa is taken back from the back here from one of the Vaquero players. So Jen Padilla has started 12 games of this season. She has 3 shutouts, 63 saves, with a 6-6-1 record. Morgan Cole, next match will be her 50th career appearance, which is a great milestone for any of these Roadrunner athletes. So congratulations to Morgan Cole. A testament to her hard work, her health, getting it done inside the classroom as the ball bounces around a couple times inside the box. Sabrina Delgado tried to get a shot on it, but beautiful clearance here from the Vaqueros as it ends up off the head of Morgan Cole. Amina Settles tries to win the ball. But Alexa Orante ends up with it. She passes it up quickly to Amina Settles a little bit too much, as we still have a player down here for the Vaqueros. So RGV, as we kind of check on her, she's able to get up off on her own power. A little bit of maybe some back tightness here. The ball was bouncing around, but like to see that she's able to be up, and good to see Mackenzie McLeod, as she's a big part of this offense for this RGV team. So a short clearance here from the goalkeeper as it dribbles past. Sophie Freeman has some room to run here as she takes a shot on goal. Good idea. She had room to run, and she has a couple goals under her name this season, but just up top too much. So going back to this Vaquero team, for them they have Maria Eriksson, who is 1-0 for her game from Sweden against Chicago State. Kinga Schmesh, she's 5-3 and 0 on the season, so she has about a .853 save percentage here as Morgan Cole elects to go to Carolina in the back. She passes it quickly to Maya Green, who shakes off her defender, goes inside, passes it with her left foot quickly to Amina Settles as she's off to the races.
Great ball, Maya.
Getting quickly chased by Marcela Ramirez.
Well done, Maya.
So it'll be a throw in here from the runners. See if they can put some pressure on this Vaquero defense, as they haven't had too many good looks. They've had a couple of corners. They've had a couple of balls bounce around, but they have not gotten the look they've wanted. As we see a nice throw in here, almost off the head of Carolina. Fitz ends up with Sabrina Delgado, but off the defender of the RGV team. Goes to Haley Vicente as she tries to cut it inside, shakes off two defenders, still stays with the ball. Passes it in brilliantly. Jordan Bartel fights with the ball against two defenders, and it's going to be a goal kick. Ref had a good eye on it. He was right there. Good call from him. So the Roadrunners are coached by Gary Kernin in his third season, assistant coach Clifton Bush, and graduate assistant coach Tori Ornella.
That's another one, Jordan. Be aware, Amina. Be aware.
So as we see Kinga trying to clear out this ball, she does beautifully as it goes past half court. And now Sarah Bonney is able to go off to the races. She goes side to side with Anessa. She stops the ball quickly, gets her feet, passes it beautifully back to Frida. Frida sends that ball in, but off the leg of Carolina. Amina tries to fight for the ball against his RGV, and they've had great possession. Jordan Bartel comes running in here as the ball goes out. So it'll be a throw in here for the Vaqueros, as they've had plenty so far in this game. So the Vaqueros are coming off another year from Coach Bugario. In 2015, they finished with a 5-12-3 record. They were 4-5-2 at home. Finished with a 1-6-1 record on the road. In 2014, though, they had an 8-9-4 record when that was Coach Bugario's first season, and now they are currently with an overall record of 9-5-1, entering into this 17th matchup against the Roadrunner team from Bakersfield. As Morgan Cole clears it, goes off the head of the Vaquero players, and they've been great at getting clearance. They're not afraid to use their head. They've been a physical team. Great passing team, as they've really done well finding the open players. They're switched the field. They've cut it, as we're going to have a goal kick, as the ref was right there. So Jen Padilla will try to get that ball cleared, as she had Zanessa all herself on the left side, and she has a whole left side of the pitch to run, as I think the Vaqueros finally realize that and give her some, try to cut her off here. Carolina back with the ball. She dribbles past her defender, and she takes that ball up, as she leaves her center back position. Ball ends up in the feet of Sophie Freeman, as she passes it off the head of Amina Settles.
Well done, Jordan.
And Jordan Bartel tries to fight as much as she can, as the ball ends up in the hands of number 27, Kinga, goalkeeper. She takes her time to get that thrown in. She also elects to go to her left side of her defense, where her defender's all by herself, finally met by Amina Settles. Sophie Freeman dribbles past her defender, tries to take another pretty far shot outside of goal, as they're just trying to, I think the runners are just trying to build some confidence here, trying to get some early pressure on this goalkeeper for Kinga. And also testing this defense, too, of the Vaqueros. If they know that they have the space, they have the time, they're going to have the time to take the shots. And so they're just going to try to wear them out defensively where they know that the Vaqueros are going to have to chase after them very quickly here as they don't have time to waste once the Roadrunners have it. And the Vaqueros have done just that, too, as well as we've seen some great shots from Marcelo Ramirez out wide. And they've been on goal, so just keep an eye on that. As we see an early foul here from the Vaquero players. So I can hear here on the bench here that the Roadrunners are looking to try to get some energy going for their team, as this team works really well off momentum and emotion. Once they see that everybody's on the same page, they have definitely done a great job this season of doing just that. So look for them to continue try to raise their emotions and try to get some more, as a beautiful free kick in off the head though of number 7 for the Vaqueros, and that's Malia Irvine. Number 11 has plenty of time as she's just kind of running around with the ball trying to find an open player.
Do it early, Amina! Do it early!
So beautiful throw in here from McLeod. It goes off the head of the runners. And Alexa Orante fighting for that ball off there. Great job from her. As will be another throw in here for the Roadrunner team. So Maya Green ends up with the ball. And Maya Green's been an absolute plug for this Roadrunners team. She has started all 16 games. She leads CSUB with 1,400 minutes played this season. So she's definitely done her workload at a part, and she's a junior captain here from Sweden. So she's definitely put in her work, and it shows in just her style of play. I know her teammates love her, her positivity. She works hard each and every day. As Anessa tries to fight off her defender. Sticks with the ball, though, beautifully, and she has room to run. Megs, but great defense from the Vaquero players. As Haley Vicente ends up trying to clear it, goes right back. But Sarabani ends up with it, and she has some wheels. Goes off the foot of Haley Vicente here. As Carolina ends up with him, passes it to Maya Green, goes back to Haley Vicente. As they try to get their triangle passing going. As Carolina decides to switch the field, goes to Sophie Freeman. As she clears the ball up, trying to go into Mina Settles. As Sophie Freeman fights for that ball back. Sabrina Delgado fights for that ball back. So beautiful day here in Maine Soccer Field in Bakersfield, California. For today's contest, we have the UT Rio Grande Valley Vaqueros and the CSU Bakersfield Roadrunners.
Yes, go on, drive! That's one call right, Rev, good. That's fine.
Attention fans, there is a red Ford Explorer with its hatch open in the parking lot. That's your car, please attend to.
Here we go, Abby. Let's go, Tuba.
So Carolina takes the free kick here. As the ref said, it was a little bit too quickly. The ball wasn't at the correct spot. So one thing I've seen really is just urgency from the Vaquero team. I think they want to start it off early. They had some really good pressure within the first 10 minutes of this game, and after that, it looks like the runners have kind of caught on to their style of play. They've been kind of catching up. You see them a lot more in controlled. You see them really fighting for the ball. The Vaqueros haven't had a good run. As they say that, they get one right now. Morgan Cole goes quickly past to Jen Padilla as she clears that right in front of her side of the Roadrunner bench. So we look like we might have our first couple subs here for the runners. As we're going to see Maya Odin check in. And we're going to see number 16 check in, Darian Gambetta. So we're going to see Alexa Orante take a little bit of a breather, and I think Sophie Freeman as well. Oh, no, excuse me. Jordan Bartel is also going to take a little bit of a breather. As it goes off the chest of Sophie Freeman. Ball will be a throw in here from Malia Irvine. So Morgan Cole, nice clearance from her as well. Ends up off the feet of barely checked in Darian Gambetta. So shot taken here from Marcela Ramirez. Ball goes wide left of the goalpost. Goes quickly to Maya Green, and Jen Padilla's had her workload tonight. So we're 17 minutes left here in this first half. It's been a pretty even game now that they've caught up. First 10 minutes, I would say, goes to the Vaquero team. Definitely the last 10 or so have been definitely more so Roadrunners, that we've seen more pressure put on by them. Sophie Freeman's quickly met by these Vaquero players. And that's one thing that you've seen so far this game, is that this Vaquero, as Alexa takes the ball, she tries to dribble it past Sophie Freeman. Sabrina Delgado cuts her off beautifully, though. As Haley Vicente tries to pass it far wide to Maya Green. Maya Green quickly passes it up to try to go to Amina Settles, but she's quickly met by one of the players. As she tugged on her back jersey. Amina Settles goes down. It's going to be a free kick here for the Runners. So it looks like it'll be Captain Maya Green taking the free kick. So Maya Green, as she puts her hands up, and the team gets set for the set piece here. Tries to go far to Maya Odin, but quickly met here from the freshman goalkeeper of Kinga. Kinga lets her team clear as she clears that ball beautifully way past the midfield line. Unfortunately, the Runners do not win it off the air. The Vaqueros do, but ends up in the feet of Vanessa as she passes it quickly to Maya Green. So it'll be a throw in here for RGV as they get the ball in. They try to get something else started. Great defensive play here. As great stop. So it looks like we're going to have some subs here for Rio Grande Valley. It's going to be number 2, Allison Smith. And number 13, Gabby Altmansberger from Las Vegas, Nevada. And I'll let you know when both of those athletes check in. We have a great clearance here from Jen Padilla. Goes mainly short here. Ends up off the feet of Haley Vicente. She goes quickly to Maya Green. Maya Green clears it beautifully as the ball dribbles past a couple of runners. As a couple of soccer players were here, were running off the ground. It seemed like one would fall, the other would fall, but they're both up on their own willpower. Asara Bani. So it's going to be a corner kick here. And set pieces have been a focal point for this Runners team as they've really tried not to lose. They've really tried to stay intact with their set piece defense, and I've seen a lot of goals scored on them of just miscommunication as the ball goes up off the head of RGV player, but it goes backwards. As we're going to have 2 subs come on, and it's going to be number 2, Allison Smith, and Gabby Altmansberger. Oh, excuse me. It's going to be number 13, Deandra Aliaga. Sorry here. I was looking at the wrong number. So Allison Smith, she's a Ford junior from Orange, California. And number 13, Deandra Aliaga is a sophomore from Spring, Texas. Sophie Freeman tries to fight past her defender. So Darian Gambetta chasing after that ball quickly as Amina Settles joins in the pressure. Ends up in the feet of Maya Odin. She cuts clear. Gets a push from the back. And that was number 11, Elisa Espino. So Carolina was going to take this free kick here as we had a little bit of a push in the back. So we'll see Carolina take it. As she passes it quickly to Maya Green on the far wide as she tries to send this ball in beautifully. Done clearance here from the goalkeeper, Kinga. Ends up in the feet of Vanessa. She's quickly met by one of the Rio Grande Valley defenders, and the ball goes far right of the goal of Kinga.
Good decision, Maya.
So it looks like we're going to have another sub, and it's going to be Kelsey Jepson. She's a 5'3" sophomore from Wiley, Texas. So Mina goes on the far right of the pitch as she's met quickly by a defender. She dribbles past, shoots on with her left foot. Sabrina Delgado tries to get it in the goal off her head, far left of the post. Great opportunity, though, for the runners. And you like what you see. It's uplifting. You see the bench up. And that's exactly what you wanted to see from them. So we'll see if they quickly try to design those plays. As Kelsey Jepson is checking on in. So you can feel the urge coming on here. As we're going to see Elisa Espino take a little bit of a rest here. So clearance here from Kinga. She goes far to McLeod. She dribbles it quick, and she has some wheels, and she runs quickly. She passes it. She continues to move. As Kelsey Jepson just checked on, she kicked the ball out, so it'll be a throw-in for Maya Green. So we're going to have another sub for the runners here, and it looks like it's going to be number 4, checking in Tori Vandehoff. So as we see Tori check in, she's going to check in for Amina Settles, number 17. So we're also going to have another sub here for the runners, and it's going to be number 25, Malcia. She's from Hollywood, Florida. Has Maya Green here. Fights past her defender. Ball is out, though. So it'll be a throw in here for... Great clearance here as she lets her forward chase after the ball. As Jen Padilla has to get that ball cleared because DeAndre Aliaga put on pressure from the back. Almost had a shot. She took a shot on. Quickly saved by Jen Padilla, and that was a close one for this Roadrunners defense. Beautiful ball in, though, from the Vaqueros. Goes off the head of number 6. Jen Padilla with the hand save. As that was a beautiful opportunity, though, from the Vaqueros. That was well done by them. This is going to be a throw in here for the Roadrunners. So Malcia is going to check in. She's going to come on for number 2, Carolina Carnson.
More from it. Got to get more from it there. Did the hard work.
So Darian Gambetta sees her defender win that ball here. As it's going to be a throw-in for the Vaqueros. Off the head beautifully by Anessa. Ball's going, bouncing off a couple heads. Finally ends up with Tori Vanderhoff. As Sophie Freeman looking to try to switch the field, and she does beautifully. Goes to Malcia, who cuts in the middle of the field. Goes quickly to Sabrina Delgado, who fights off the ball, chases it after it. Ends up in the hal of Kinga. So it looks like we're going to have another sub here, and it looks like it's going to be number 31, Whitney Strong from Bakersfield, California. So ball's going to end up for another corner kick for the Runners. As we have almost reaching our final 5 of this first half. Haley Vicente looks like she's going to be taking the ball here. Since freshman Carolina is out, she's usually one of the other players that usually takes this ball. So the Runners are going to keep 2 up close. Ball is beautifully passed here, but quickly met in the hands of the 5'11" Kinga. Used her size and her strength to win that ball easily in the air. Beautifully done job by her. So Kinga clears that ball right short of midfield, and it ends up in the feet of Haley Vicente. She passes it quickly to Sabrina Delgado, who Darian Gambetta chases it after her quickly. So Darian Gambetta wins that after slide tackling. Gets up a little bit slowly, but gets up.
Well done. Stay connected, Tori. Stay connected. Yeah, press it. Hey, switch on earlier. Come on. Sophie, we win this back. We win this back. Help her. Yes.
Sophie Freeman goes down as the ball ends up. Looks like Maya Green has kind of switched over to this. She's kind of gone more of where Carolina was at the center back position. It looks like Malcia took her more of a right back position. Her and Morgan Cole are going to handle the center backs here as Haley Vicente passes beautifully here to Anessa. She goes quickly to Sophie Freeman as she runs past her defender here. Beautiful pass to Darian Gambetta. She goes back to Anessa, who's quickly met by 2 defenders. And you can see some fatigue happening for both teams here in this first half. As Maya Green saves that. Haley Vicente off the head. She goes to Maya Odin, who's quick with her feet as she dribbles past a couple defenders, and she's off on to the races on the right-hand side. She sends this ball in far, and it hits the right side of the net here. So we'll see Whitney Strong come on for Maya Odin. So Whitney Strong, who's played her ball at Bakersfield High School. She's a redshirt senior, 5'8" forward. And great job done by Maya Odin, the freshman from Outgrove, California. So as Kinga clears out this ball, we are in our final 5th with 4 minutes left to go in this first half as Haley Vicente wins that ball in the air. Beautifully done. I know Coach Cernine loves to see that. As Sophie Freeman is quickly met by number 2, who had checked on Allison Smith. Allison Smith passes beautifully, and Morgan Cole saves that because she had a runner on the left-hand side chasing after it. As Jen Padilla gathers it with her feet here.
Jump off, Ellie. There you go.
So Malcia passes it up beautifully. Here as Tori's chasing for it. So McLeod takes it from the right back position, and she has some wheels. She's able to run. And she's dribbling quickly past Whitney Strong, who just checked on, and Whitney Strong ends up with it. Sophie Freeman ends up with the ball. She's a threat to kick it from out. Sabrina Delgado, same. Ball goes dribbling right, and Kinga saves it. So we're going to have an injury time here as the ref is going to check.
Should have done. Make the contact. Win the ball. Well done, Tori.
So we're going to check here on number 12 for the Vaqueros, and that's going to be Mackenzie McLeod. So she's quickly up on her own power, trying to fight off. It looks like some ankle pain from her. As Kinga's going to get this clearance. And she's rocking the pink jersey, which I really like, as we are in Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So for all of those who are currently battling breast cancer, continue to fight. We hope for the best for you and hope that you are able to win your battle. For those of you who have won and fought, congratulations, and keep helping to support those who are trying to battle against the disease. So we're going to have a free kick here from the Vaqueros as the ball is right at the midfield line. As we have the sun kind of finally settling, so it's just on the pitch here of the goalie. Nice ball as it's quickly met by Anessa. She clears that ball to Darian Gambetta, who ends up with it. Darian Gambetta passes it up quickly to Sabrina Delgado. She's quickly met by two defenders here. She fights for that ball. Marcela Ramirez ends up with the ball, number 15, wearing the captain band for tonight. She goes out to McLeod, who's looks like her ankle's holding up a lot better, and Whitney Strong fights for that ball. So Malcia fakes the far kick as she dribbles up, and she's still not met by any defenders. She passes it up beautifully to Sabrina Delgado, who's off to the races. Too much touch, though, as it goes to Sophie Freeman, who also has an extra touch on it that she didn't need. Vaqueros go, and Coach Herneen's hoping that they're able to catch back up. So Freeman takes the ball, passes it beautifully to Allison Smith. Allison Smith gets quickly met, though, by Maya Green as she clears that ball out to Darian Gambetta, who clears it. Kinga comes a little bit outside of her goal
You're going flat. You're going flat.
as she clears it easily to number 7, Malia Irvine, who has room to run. She passes it quickly to Allison Smith, who doesn't look where she passes it and ends up in the feet of Tori Van der Hoff is fighting for that ball. She goes down. So Anessa ends up with the ball here.
Hey, just because they've whacked us 20 times, ref, you're not doing me a favor giving us free kicks. That's a free kick.
So we have some confusion here.
Hey, Yandra!
She's got her
Go back to
body
him.
in
Go
front.
back to him. Don't press him. Don't press him. Don't press him.
But he's giving that, man.
Play your goalkeeper. Play your goalkeeper. Back off. Don't put a corner in though.
Cheers, back. Cheers, back.
Back off.
So we're in here in our final minute here, as I think everybody was a little confused on what was happening. Coach for the Vaqueros kind of just directed to see where everybody was going to be at. As Maya clears it beautifully, and Tori Vanderhoff has room to run. She's quickly met though by McLeod, who has wheels. Makeup speeding as she brings down Tori.
Stop the clock! Hey! The clock! We go. Hey, we go. Leave more. Hey, Mel, stay. Morgan, go. Morgan, go. Mel, stay.
As they're sending everybody inside the box in this final 10 seconds. Morgan Cole tries to end up with it, see if she gets a shot on, and she does not. So for Roadrunner Sports Network, my name's been Javier. We're in the first half here as we finish 0-0 in this first half. It's been really tight contested as both teams have 6 shots, 2 on goals, couple fouls from both teams, but both teams have been playing hard here. As stick with us though, folks, we will be back after this short break to resume your second half, where we have the UT Rio Grande Valley Vaqueros against the CSU Bakersfield Roadrunners. So stick with us, folks, on the Roadrunner Sports Network as we resume your second half.
We strive to achieve excellence through determination and hard work.
We are committed to learning from those around us.
Our professors and peers
our coaches and teammates,
and our opponents.
We compete with integrity and passion.
And we seize our moment when the opportunity arises.
We take pride in our communities.
And believe that we can inspire others
Just as they can inspire us.
We may wear different colors, but we share the same purpose.
We learn, we compete, we inspire.
We are
the Western Athletic Conference.
Day in, day out. 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 Day in, day out.
A masterpiece of intelligence awaits you with technologies no car has ever offered. This is the all-new 2017 E-Class from Mercedes-Benz. This new E-Class is clearly the most technologically sophisticated vehicle developed, with innovations that enhance efficiency, safety, and comfort, including the world's first fully integral car-to-X communications, providing information well in advance of imminent danger. This new E-Class carries Mercedes-Benz tradition well into the future, and you can see the all-new 2017 E-Class today at Mercedes-Benz of Bakersfield.
Basil, 2 seconds. Basil for the win!
CSU Bakersfield, champions made here.
What a moment!
Welcome to the WAC Roundup. I'm Jesse Punch. This is men's soccer for the week of October 18th. 4 games on the digital network this past week, starting with a double overtime match between league leader Seattle U and UMKC. No goals scored in the first half, but about 7 minutes into the second, Seattle has the ball. Nice pass across the box, and it's driven in by Sergio Rivas, his 3rd goal of the year. 17 minutes left in the game, UMKC with a throw-in. Ball's knocked around at the top of the box, but it's sent in the lower right corner by Eric McWoods, ending regulation in a 1-1 tie, sending the game into 10 minutes of golden goal overtime. 6 minutes in, Rivas gets a head on it, but he's called offsides, and the goal is no good. Teams are sent to double overtime, but will remain tied. Final score, 1-1. CSU Bakersfield took on Incarnate Word at home on Friday. Mamadou Balde shoots from outside the 18, off the goalie and into the back of the net. The only goal scored in the game. Runners take the win 1-0. Sunday night, Utah Valley traveled to UMKC. Free kick for the Wolverines early in the first, and it's a diving header by Skylar Milne to put Utah Valley up 1-0. 67th minute, a foul in the box sets up the PK for Utah Valley. Milne again with a shot to the lower right side. Wolverines defeat the Roos 2-0. Seattle took on Grand Canyon in the rain. 15 minutes into the first half, a shot by Seattle is bobbled, but followed in for a goal by Isidro Prada Huerta to put the Redhawks up 1-0. Just before the end of the first half, David Olson, 1v1 with the GCU keeper, chips it right over his head. Seattle enters halftime up 2-0. GCU responds in the 78th minute, pass laid back in the box, and it's in. Goal by Charles Keating, his first career goal at GCU. But the Redhawks remain unbeaten in conference play as they take the win 2-1. Your offensive player of the week is Daryl Johnson from Houston Baptist. The sophomore midfielder was involved in each of the Huskies' goals this weekend, scoring from 21 yards out on Friday against San Jose State and assisting on all 3 goals against UTRGV on Sunday. Mitch Jensen of Utah Valley is the defensive player of the week. The junior goalkeeper earns his second straight Player of the Week award after posting 2 more shutouts this week. Jensen made 2 saves in Friday's game against Air Force and another 4 saves against UMKC on Sunday, earning his 4th straight shutout in his 4th career start at UVU. Let's check out the WAC standings. Seattle U is still number 1, followed by Utah Valley and Air Force tied for 2nd. Incarnate Word and UNLV tied at number 3, and a 3-way tie for 4th. This week on the WDN, Friday night, UTRGV at CSU Bakersfield at 6, and UMKC versus GCU at 8:30. Then on Sunday, UTRGV travels to Seattle at 1, and Incarnate Word plays Grand Canyon at 8. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. For the WAC Digital Network, I'm Jessie Punch.
The Roadrunner Scholarship Fund creates educational opportunities for over 300 student athletes at CSUB. By becoming a member and donating to the Roadrunner Scholarship Fund, you're not only helping the Roadrunners fund the scholarship needs of our teams, you're investing in the future. The Roadrunner Scholarship Fund isn't just developing student athletes, we're developing tomorrow's leaders. From lessons learned during competition, for more information, log on to gorunners.com/donate and become a member of the Roadrunner Scholarship Fund.
We're Kern County, and we have a lot in which to be proud.
We connect California, power the nation, and confidently charge towards our short and long-term goals. We work hard to make our county a great place to live, learn, and dream. And anyone who calls Kern County home can help make our community stronger, schools better, and futures brighter. Together, let's turn more local dreams into realities so we can make life as it should be. Kern Schools. Together, we have something special.
We're Kern.
Every single day. Every single day. Every single day. Every single day. No matter what.
What shall I do to put myself by your side? What shall I do to put myself along by your side?
first half highlights. If you guys didn't see it, it consisted of the first 10 minutes of Rio Grande Valley really having their way. They were putting a lot of pressure, had a higher press, containing the ball more possession. It was about a 70-30 possession. Then we saw the Roadrunners finally come alive as they came out flat there in their first half. They came back alive here, and they had a couple great corners, good shots on goal. Sabrina Delgado had a really good chance at it as she was all by herself. Header went far to the left of the post. And then after that, it really was even the last 10-15 minutes of the game where both teams were really trying to battle it out, get, trying to avenge their losses as they both had coming off loss. And they're trying to get a W for their WAC conference season heading into the WAC tournament, which will be held November 3rd through the 6th at Kansas City, Missouri. And this year's host will be UMKC. As we see a first foul of the second half, it's going to be a free kick for the Vaqueros. So we see here, and that's number 16, that's Nelson taking the kick. Ball goes off the head of Sophie Freeman. Jordan Bartel battles for it as it goes off the head of Maya Green. Haley Vicente tries to cut that ball off, ends up in Ness, and she clears it beautifully as Amina Settles is off to the races here. But quickly saved by Nelson, number 16. Ball gets kicked out by Nelson. It's going to be a throw-in for the Roadrunners. Thank you all for streaming this. If you're unable to be here at Main Soccer Field in Bakersfield, California, your athletes that you are supporting, appreciate it. If you just want to watch some good college soccer, we also appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to be with us. As a beautiful ball sent in off the head, though, of Nilsson. Rio Grande Valley has room to run. As 25 Andrea,
Haley, don't go unless you're winning that. The whole thing opens up.
So we see Alexa Orante on the outside trying to battle it. She goes inside here. Ball clearance by Jen Padilla. As Maya Green clears that in front of the Rio Grande Valley bench. So it'll be a throw in here for Rio Grande Valley. McLeod takes the throw in and she goes quickly out. Ball is cut off though by Alexa Orante. She goes back to Morgan Cole, who clears it beautifully to Jordan Bartel. Off the head of Jordan. Sabrina Delgado chasing after that ball. She tries to catch it. McLeod cuts back. Marcela Ramirez passes it quickly up. Ball's quickly met by Maya Odin, though. Great defense by her. As it looks like number 10, Hannah Spetz, took a shot to the stomach here. She's kind of heaving for some air. Shot on goal here. Saved by Jen Padilla. Beautifully done. As that was a beautiful shot by the Vaqueros. Credit that great save. Beautiful job. And then it's going to be a first corner kick, of the second half from the Vaqueros. Or excuse me, it looks like it's going to be a throw in here. Oh, no, there we go.
No runs! No free runs, Jordan! No free runs, Maya!
As the ball goes out, so it's going to be a quick throw in here for the Vaqueros as it's quickly met by the Roadrunners. That's Andrea battling the ball against Haley Vicente. Sabrina Delgado fights the ball beautifully. Mina Settle takes it to Jordan Bartel as Nilsson gets a good kick on it for clearance. Ball is ricocheted off a couple of the heads here of these athletes. Ends up with the feet of Sarah Bani. Alexa Orante comes out of nowhere, ends up with the ball. She passes it quickly to Jordan Bartel, who fights for it. So Nelson's going to take this free kick as they're just past the midfield line. Ball's beautifully kicked inside the box here as Jem Padilla ends up in the hands of Jem Padilla, and she's had a couple saves tonight.
Get back to getting us off the pitch. Come on. Come on.
She does a quick throw in here to Alexa Arante.
Forward. Yes, Amina. Great ball.
She passes it beautifully to Amina Settles, who's met quickly by two Rio Grande Valley defenders. So Kinga ends up with the ball here. She's quickly met by Jordan Bartel, who almost gets the stop here.
Keep dropping, Sabrina. Keep dropping, Sabrina.
Ball goes out here, so it's going to be a throw-in for the Vaquero team. Quickly goes in to Sarah Bonnie, and she's cleared here by the runners. It's going to be another throw-in. As the second half is looking just like the first half started, where it's been all Vaqueros thus far. Morgan Cole, nice stop here. She clears that out as best as she can. Ball's thrown in quickly to Sarah Bonnie. Ball's sent in. Morgan Cole with another stop here. Bonnie goes up. Ball is sent in the arms of Jem Padilla.
Step it up! Come on!
You penalties, you deny us, ref.
So no, Alexa Arante and Jordan Bartel have no communication right there. They're battling for the ball in the air. It's going to be a throw in here from McLeod. As Malcia goes fighting for that ball here. More miscommunication from the runners as they had three players on the same ball. Ball skips past Jordan Bartel as it ends up in the feet with number 19, Evelyn Powell. Off the head of Sophie Freeman. So we have another foul here from the Vaqueros. As you can see, both teams are kind of trying to, they've been a little bit sporadic here as they're both trying to figure out where they want to go with it, how they're trying to spread the field. The runners look a little bit more out of sync here as Mal lets it go out. Morgan Cole clears that beautifully as that ball's in the air. Amina Settles tries to battle against McLeod. Amina Settles drops all the way back as she fights for the ball.
That's the problem. That's the problem. Like, don't give fucking 20 free kicks in the first half and think you're doing me a favor. Every one of them was a free kick. Come on, push on. Come on. Come on, push on. Come on. Come on, push on.
So free kick beautifully done by Maya Green here. She gets it off the head of Jordan Bartel. Ends up with Sabrina Delgado. She tries to clear to Sophie Freeman, who's out wide. So ref sees it beautifully as he was right there. It's going to be a goal kick. So as Kinga clears out the ball here, we're in 35 minutes left of this second half. Ball skips past a couple of the defenders and offensive players here for the Vaqueros. As Haley Vicente ends up with it, she passes it wide to Mal. As Mal continues dribbling it wide, passes it nicely to Alexa Orante. Great defense there from Malcia. Sophomore from Hollywood, Florida. Off the head from Mal. She clears that beautifully. Sabrina Delgado passes it quickly to Jordan Bartal, who is quickly met by one of the Vaquero defenders. McLeod tries to dribble beautifully. Ends up off the feet of Alexa Orante. Haley Vicente with the ball. She passes it quickly to the left of Sophie Freeman, who tries to figure where she's at. Haley Vicente, beautiful triangle passing, and she passes it to Ines, who gets that ball in. Sabrina Delgado tries to fight for it, and she gets thrown to the floor here. Morgan Coy ends up with it. She tries to cut it through. Alexa Orante turns beautifully. Gathers turns. She goes out wide to Mina Setos, who's quickly met by McLeod. She dribbles right past her. Shot on goal here, beautifully cleared by Kinga. As Marcela Ramirez and Alexa Orante go down in the box. Sophie Freeman passes it out wide to Mina Setos. So it's going to be a nice free kick and a position for the runners to succeed here. Let's see if they can put some good contact. So it's going to be a free kick. It's going to be Haley Vicente lines up with it, and it also looks like it's going to be Sabrina Delgado. Sabrina Delgado takes a shot, and it goes over the goalpost. That was a good shot for the runners here to try to get one on. Haley Vicente goes fighting for the ball here as Malcia is battling. As she chases, as Mal slows it down. Ball goes off, and it's going to be a Roadrunner throw in here.
Well done, Bonnie.
Off the head of both defenders here. Jordan Bartal chases quickly to Marcelo Ramirez from Mexicali, Mexico. Ball goes past. Maya Green is off. Jen Padilla clears it. It's going to be a throw in here.
Concentration, Alexa. Amina. Yeah, press it. Well done. Yeah, go on, Jordan. Don't foul! Yes, sir! Yeah, winner!
So a free kick here for the Vaqueros as they try to get this ball in, see what they're able to do with it as they want to get on board. As the hand is up, she's ready for the free kick as everybody lines up inside the box. Beautiful free kick here. As the ball goes in, skips past. It's going to be a goal kick for Jen Padilla. So as she pushes her team up, she decides to try to, let's see if she decides to go either short. She usually goes short or she goes right before the midfield line. So let's see what she decides to do. As she kicks that ball up. And that's a foul here on number 10 Hannah Spetz.
Can we move it, Maya? Go on, Drake.
Ball's kicked out. It's going to be a throw in here for the runners as Malcia throws that ball into Mina Settles. Maya Green looks to pass the ball up. Does beautifully to Mina Settles, and she's quickly met by McLeod. McLeod fights off two. Alexa Arante and Amina Settles as Mal goes quickly to her knee. Ball shot on goal. Just left of the goalpost as Jen Padilla was there, but it was a great shot by these Vaquero players. So Jen Padilla is going to clear it out. Let's see what she decides to do. Go short or see if she tries to clear it out. As the Vaqueros are really gaining some momentum here on their side, as it's been all Vaqueros in this second half. The runners need to find a way to get more control of the ball and get their crisp passing going. That's when they're really at their best, or when they try to use their counterattack. That's when we've also seen them do some damage, as we still have a tied game at 0-0. Jordan Bartel comes all the way back down in the midfield to try to get something going here. As she runs all the way back to her position, Amina Seto goes, chases after the ball as it goes to Kinga. Kinga clears it beautifully to Haley Vicente, who controls it, wins it. Does beautifully, like always, to pass it as Mal gets there. Has room to run. Delivers it to Jordan Bartel, who can't get a great angle on it. Goes off her right foot, ends up for a goal kick for Kinga. So Kinga has done an excellent job for these Vaqueros, as she's only a freshman from Poland. So she's 5'11". She's done tremendous. She's played in almost all the matches for the Vaqueros. She is 5-3-0 this season, so she's played in 8 of the matches. She's done a tremendous job, as she kind of took over for Erica Gonzalez, the 5'8" junior from Harling, Texas. Morgan Cole off the leg as Haley Vicente does well to gather it, see where she's going. Anessa ends up with it. She dribbles with great room on the pitch here, passes it right back to Haley Vicente, who's quickly met by Hannah Spetz. Kinga ends up with the ball on their feet. Amina Settles puts on pressure. Beautiful pass to number 7, Malia Irvine. So well done job here by the runners. We see them trying to gain some momentum, try to cut off the momentum, I should say, of these Vaqueros. So Amina Settles traces quickly after the ball here, and they're in the corner. She was trying to win a corner kick, and it's going to be a throw in here for the runners. As it looks like Maya Green is going to come in from her center back position to get that throw in, and she does have a good throw-in arm. So Haley Vicente is going to stay back. As the ball comes in, Sophie Freeman tries to get some kind of opportunity. She tries to go back to Maya Green, who's quickly met by number 25, Andrea Barrera. So ball's going to be another throw in here from Maya Green, who throws it in beautifully, kind of ricochets off a couple of players. Off the feet of Spetz. Beautiful pass up here as Morgan Cole ends up with it. Gains control, turns. Great though, great deflection from number 6, Frida. Mal chases it after it. Alexa Arante stays off. As Jen Padilla chases after it here.
Big one, Alexa. Big one, Alexa.
Alexa has to win this one in the air as McLeod wins that one.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant.
Goes to Jordan Bartal, who has Amina Settles and passes it up with too much pace here. So Malcia has done a really good job in the right back position of just getting beautiful shots, beautiful passes to her teammates who are up front. One thing you've seen, though, is that when the runners get in trouble, one thing that they tend to do is they'll pass it up quickly, sporadically. They don't really look to see where their players are running or making the runs for, and that's something you got to kind of slow down when you're playing soccer. As Alexa Arante wins it off of Sarah Bonney. Beautiful clearance, though, for number 19 of the Vaqueros, Evelyn Powell, senior from Abingdon, Maryland. So in the final quarter here of the second half with a 0-0 game, the Vaqueros have 9 shots where the Runners have 8. So pretty even matchup here as it's going to be a corner off the head of McLeod. So Haley Vicente looks to be taking this corner kick. As it looks like Kinga had a couple of words here for the ref, and the ref says it is his call. He was right there. He did have a good view on the ball. So with Haley Vicente taking this, so it looks like only back is Morgan Cole and Anessa. Ball goes on top from Haley Vicente as she doesn't get as much curve on it as she would like.
Get up, get up! Stay, Alexa, stay there, it's on your head. Come on, White, come on! Be aware, Amina, be aware, Jordan!
So Kinga clears it from her goal. Ball goes, Sabrina Delgado, not tall in stature, but fights well as Morgan Cole. Mel tries to win that ball, slips and falls. Sarah Bonnie ends up with it as Morgan Cole tries to get back, gets it to Alexa Orante, who turns quickly. Nice pass to Sophie Freeman, who passed it up off the head. I think I've seen a career high of headers from both teams today. Mal, great deception here. She passes it to Alexa Orante, who's quickly met by a defender. Mal saves it. Well done by her. As Haley Vicente grabs it, turns, has room to run. Jordan Patel ends up with the ball as Haley Vicente ends up. She cuts it back. Gets it quickly to Sophie Freeman, who passes it to a defender. Brilliant defense from Morgan as Jordan Bartel comes for the ball, wins it. Serena Delgado ends up with the ball. She skips past, goes past McLeod off the feet of her, so it's going to be a throw-in for the Runners. So Darren Gambetta is going to check back in, it looks like, for Jordan Bartel. So Runners looking to gain some momentum here in the second half as they don't want to end up in a tie. They do want to try to capture the W as both teams are really fiending to get a W and increase their chances here in the WAC division. Nice defensive stop here by the Vaqueros as the ball's still inside the box. Jordan Bartel, Sophie Freeman looking to get a shot. Kicks it right over the box as she keeps her toe pointed up. Ball does not fall. So as Darian Gambetta checks in for Jordan Bartel, who is really working hard up at the forward position. Great job by her. And Kinga with another clearance here in the second half as both teams are tied up 0-0 with 21 minutes left to play. Beautiful clearance by Kinga as the ball goes short of the midfield line. Foul called on Alexa Orante as she was all over the back of Hannah Spetz. Marcela Ramirez looks to quickly try to get that ball as we have Hannah Spetz looking to tie her shoes here. The ref gives her a quick time. Looks like Maya Oden's also going to check in. So Nielsen clears it beautifully, tries to get inside the box. Off it looks like the bottom chin of the Vaquero player. It looks like that's number 25, Andrea. And she's been fancy with her footwork as she trips herself up on the ball. She sends it up to Darian Gambetta, who is off to the races. Darian Gambetta is trying to chase after Marcela Ramirez, who's dribbling beautifully around her. Sophie Freeman battling against Malia Irvine. Malia Irvine still gets it back to her Vaquero teammate. As the Vaqueros are looking to make that counterattack happen. Beautiful stop here, though, as Haley Vicente ends up with the ball in the midfield. She looks, delivers, goes off the shoulder of Mina Settles, not the way she was thinking. Great counterattack here by the Vaqueros building up. Andrea ends up with it. Passes it quickly to Spetz. Spetz finds Bonnie as Mal fights, and she's done a beautiful job playing that right back position tonight as she's battled for every ball. She's really done her work. She's hustled off, up and down the pitch, and that's really what you want to see from your right back. Small in stature, but big in heart, and great fight from her tonight. As the Vaqueros ends up with it, Spetz looks for one of her players, cuts it through to Bonnie, but quickly met by a runner defender. Marcela Ramirez chases it after it. As Sabrina Delgado goes on the floor again, but ends up Marcela Ramirez takes a shot off the ground, but beautiful job by Jen Padilla, who fights for that ball. So also looks like we're going to have a couple of check-ins here for the Vaqueros, as it looks like Allison Smith is going to check back in, and number 13, Deandra Alayaga. Off the foot of Spetz here, as Mal lets it clear. As Maya Oden checks on for Sophie Freeman. Allison Smith is going to check on, and so is Deandra Aliaga. So, short throw in here.
Let's go, guys, come on! It's only there, like it's literally there. Morgan! Morgan! You can look for it, yeah.
Mel tries to go off the corner here. So the counterattack going here for the Vaqueros. Great cut, though, by Haley Vicente, as it ends up in the feet of newly checked on Maya Oden. She goes quickly to Sabrina Delgado, who passes it quickly to Amina Settles, and McLeod is there to cut it off, but Amina Settles battling side, shoulder to shoulder with her. Ball sent in. It's going to be a corner kick as Maya Oden fights to win that corner kick. So beautiful job here as Mel's going to stay back. Morgan Cole's going to stay back. Looks like Maya Green is going to kind of go inside the box. So is Anessa. Anessa stays short. She gives the ball back to Haley Vicente, who gets that ball beautifully done. Nice head clearance, though, from the Vaqueros. And they've been good with their headers all night. Another ball sent in the box to Amina Settles here. She tries to fight for it. Marcela Ramirez ends up with it. Ricochets off some players. Ball is cleared beautifully by Deandra Aliaga, number 13, as Allison Smith chases after it.
Come on, guys, come on. Keep talking, Maya, keep talking. And that's if we can play out, we play out. Haley, can you get on? Yeah. Good.
Alexa Orante sends it back to Morgan Cole, who switches the field, goes all the way to Anessa. Anessa has room to run, decides to pass it up. Beautiful job done to Darian Gambetta. As the ball ends up in the defender's feet. And that's number 6, who's been all over the floor, Frida. She's been all over the pitch, up and down. Kudos to her hard work ethic for her Vaquero team, as Morgan Cole ends up with it. Allison Smith chasing off on it as she has some fresh legs after just checking on. Mal cuts inside, goes out to Alexa Orante. Sabrina Delgado is calling for the ball as a beautiful ball sent through. Sabrina Delgado chases after. Darian Gambetta had a great view on it, but kind of slowed down. Haley Vicente with it, as she does need some help. Elects to go back to Anessa, who sends that ball in. Off the head, though, of one of the Vaquero, and that was Nelson off the head of Nelson. So 15 minutes left, folks, in this second half. We have a tied-up ball game, 0-0. As the counterattack is on for the Vaqueros. Now they only have 2 there. As Marcela Ramirez is making the run on the wing. She cuts inside though. Skips past Inez. Now Frida has room to run, has room to give a free kick. Maya Odin fights for the ball. She gets that one back, and she's off to the races now. She has room to run, and she has wheels on her. She has fresh legs just from checking on. So after controversial foul call here, shot on goal, goes far right. So it looks like Jordan Bartel is going to check back in here. She's going to check in for Amina Settles. Kelsey Jepson is going to check in, and it looks like she's going to check in for number 11, Elisa Espino. So ball goes to Anessa here. Haley Vicente ends up with the ball in the midfield. She tries to pass it up quickly. Marcela Ramirez ends up with it at the midfield. As Sabrina Delgado fights for that ball. Beautiful clearance by Nelson. Ball stays in, and it's out for a Roadrunner throw-in. So reaching our final 10, we're still at a tied up ball game where both teams are trying to get something going here with 10 minutes left. As we're going to have a throw in here. So substitutes coming on, and that's going to be Kelsey Jepson. So she's going to check in for number 11, Elisa Espino. So Haley Vicente clears that ball as it goes back. Beautiful fight here. Haley Vicente goes back to her position, tries to pass it quickly to Alexa Orante. Marcela Ramirez gets it beautifully. Tries to clear it out as it goes straight into the feet of Kelsey Jepson, who just checked on. Sabrina Delgado comes shooting in. She tries to win that ball.
You've lost this one. You've absolutely lost this one.
Anessa, tuck! Anessa, tuck!
Bill, tuck inside. What's your reaction to it? Nothing?
Sabrina, Sabrina, you come to that. Let Darian pop on.
So number 6 here with the free kick, and it's going to be Frida Farstead. Alexa Orante passes it up here. Haley Vicente clears it off the head, and she goes down to Mal, who has room to run and has speed. Ball comes back as the counterattack is on for the Vaqueros. Skips past Morgan Cole, and that's going to be an offsides call. As Maya Green is going to look to get that free kick here. As we are about to enter our 10 minutes. So it looks like Amina Settles is going to check in as well as Sophie Freeman. So Jordan Bartel has room to run as she goes side to side with McLeod. So Darian Gambetta ends up in the hands of Kinga. Mel makes up for losing the ball in the air. She gets that ball cleared, avoids the corner for the Vaqueros. Mel fights right back for it. Alexa Arante wins that ball. She cuts inside now. They have room to run. Sabrina Delgado takes that ball. She goes out off the leg of diving Nelson here. Alexa Arante is going to take a little bit of a break, as well as Darian Gambetta as Amina Settles checks back in. So is Sophie Freeman. So Marcela Ramirez passes it back to her defender. Mina Settle chases it as she got a break, so she has a little bit more some fresh legs. She's a crucial part to the success of this Roadrunner team. Ball goes up, out of bounds, so it's going to be a Vaquero throw in here. So Maya Green ends up with it in the back line here. See if she decides to try to clear it. And she does just that. Ends up in the... It ends up in the stands as the fans catch it quickly here. Almost hits the ball boy as they throw it back. So another throw in here for the runners. More in a favorable spot for them to try to get something going. So with 8 minutes left inside this second half, it's been tied up and it's been close here. As the ball is ricocheting, Sophie Freeman has space. She takes a shot in the hands of Kinga. Beautiful shot by Sophie Freeman, as Kinga's done a great job in that goal tonight. Nice win of the header from Morgan Cole. As Morgan Cole wins it again, gets a kick from the back. Kelsey Jepson continues to dribble that ball. She passes it beautifully to Diana Aliaga. Hannah Spetz goes diving out. Maya Odin, who has beautiful speed here, she's running. Spetz does well, though, to close her out. Sabrina Delgado. So a push from the back here from Maya Odin, and the ref sees it, calls it. So McLeod goes quickly here. So Spetz drives that ball in. So it looks like we're going to have number 25, Andrea Barrera, check back in. So it's going to be a yellow card here. So the runners are going to get, as we have some discussion here between Coach Kernine and the head ref for tonight, trying to figure out here how we can have an even game, you can say, as the ref can call it both. So Coach Cornine with a yellow for tonight's matchup. He needs to be careful so he's not ejected from the game. With a second yellow will equal a red card. And if you guys know, in soccer, a red card is ejection from the game. So Coach Cornine would have to leave the field as 25 come to check on, and number 14. It's going to be Sarah Bonnie's checking on, the leading point scorer for this Vaquero team. So Maya Odin is going to check out, and Alexa Orante is going to check back in as Jen Padilla has a goal kick here. Let's see what she decides to clear it. So ball is sent inside the box here. Mal's all by herself as she chases after it to avoid it to go out. Beautiful ball to Alexa Orante. She cuts inside, switches the field as she goes to Haley Vicente, who gets a beautiful turn on it. Anessa has room to run, and she passes it up beautifully. Goes off the leg of Amina Setos, who passes it right back to Anessa, who gets it off the defender of the Vaqueros. Ball comes in off the chest of Amina Setos. Quickly met by a nice step here from the defender. So Spets with the ball, and she's quickly chased from the back from Setos. Nice defense from Maya Green. As McLeod saves that ball, and she's had wheels all night.
Cut the light off. Cut the light off. Yes, Jordan.
Mal ends up with the ball here. She passes it beautifully to Sabrina Delgado, but Marcela Ramirez with a beautiful diving save. Ends up at the feet of Frida, number 6. Ball comes off, so it's going to be a corner kick here for the Vaqueros as we're at 4 minutes left in this second half. Jen Padilla comes diving in. Bonnie with the shot. Save. Mal clears it. McLeod ends up with it. Takes the shot, goes far right. We had probably the best chance of this second half for this Vaquero team. Jen Padilla clears it from her goal. Dribbles pass, ends up in the feet of number 7 here for the Vaqueros, and that's Malia Irvine. Malia Irvine still with the ball here. She tries to pass it up. Anessa clears it with her head. Sophie Freeman gets the ball out, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Vaqueros. 3 minutes left here in this second half. Vaqueros have caught a lot of momentum here as Bonnie fights for the ball, and it's going to be a Roadrunner throw-in. Ball ends up inside in the feet of Bonnie. Bonnie runs, cuts, passes beautifully. Maya Green with 2 beautiful big stops there. As Kelsey Jepson kicks it off the... Gets it to McLeod. Ball goes up. Free header. Off the post. Jen Padilla gets it, and that was almost the game winner right there, folks. As she was all by herself, and that was Spet. Haley Vicente passes it back to Maya. Marcela Ramirez dribbles past, and she's done well controlling that midfield all day. Mal comes running in, though. She sends that ball in off the head, though. McLeod can't deal with it, though. Off the shoulder, so it's bouncing off the head, off the shoulders. It's going everywhere here. As Bonnie's off to the races, Padilla comes up, chases after it. Rolls it to Morgan Coles, who turns. Alexa Orante gets it. Clearance by Nelson, number 16 here, and we're in almost our final minute of this game. It's going to be a throw-in here for the runners. Beautiful throw-in, though, from Maya Green, and she gets it all the way to Sophie Freeman, who has not seen much action in the second half. Beautiful back pass, though. Throw-in here. Sophie Freeman tries to get inside the box. She does just that. Ball is in, and that's the winner! A far shot! Oh, man! You couldn't have wrote that script any different here. What a shot on goal. Beautiful job, and I was just about to say, Sophie, shoot. Freeman gets a good shot on it. We'll see it one more time here as you see the replay. She's fighting with the defender. They get a quick throw in here. They do just that. Sophie Freeman, there's no space. You see Marcela Ramirez tired. Shot comes off the reaching hands of Kinga, who is 5'11", goes right off the tips here. And it is an environment to see, folks, as both coaches are cheering after, and it's an all-out attack here for the Vaqueros as they're trying to match this 1-0 lead they just gave up. The defense is scattered right now. Jen Padilla is going to take her time. Maya Green is going to take it. So Sophie Freeman credited the goal. So I just got word that it's actually Sophie Freeman's birthday. So Sophie Freeman, happy birthday, and what better of a way than to get a hopeful W and a goal, the game-winning goal. As McLeod clears it. And that's the game, folks. The runners win it in the final minute. What a game as Sophie Freeman, the birthday girl, gets a beautiful shot on goal, gets it past the outreaching hands of Kinga. Ball goes in. Game over. Roadrunners wins it, and Vaqueros end up with a tough loss as they fought valiantly all game long. So credit the Vaqueros for who fought they fought well. Mal, playing the right back, played really well for the runners, and Sophie Freeman is the difference maker on her birthday. So congrats to both of these teams who fought well. Unfortunately, one does have to lose if it's not a tie, and the runners are going to end up with the W, moving them to a 3-2 record in the WAC conference. So thank you for joining us in today's matchup of the Roadrunner Sports Network. My name is Ben Javier here at Main Soccer Field in Bakersfield, California. Catch us at one of our next games. Thank you to all you runner fans and the Vaquero fans. Thank you guys for joining us. Have a great night.